through to the next round with that 2-1 win. Well, Barcelona, of course, been very much in the news after Laporte yesterday said that they are back when talked about the prospect of signing Erling Haaland. Of course, this has been picked up in the newspapers. Haaland, if there is money. Oh, what an exciting headline that is. You take a look. Jan is, of course, our Haaland insider. As always, active on Twitter. This is not true. There's no deal, any understanding between Erling Haaland, Team Haaland and Barcelona. And so insistent was Jan to get his point across that he then tweeted out in Spanish as well. Erling Haaland, es interesante que los expertos sepan a dónde versus Haaland, pero el equipo Haaland no sabe a dónde va. Oh, what brilliant Spanish from myself as we welcome Sid Lowe to the conversation. Sid, 5 years with you, I'm fluent. Look at that.
I might need you to put subtitles on the screen so I can work out what you were actually saying.
Right, well, that's not very nice. I was trying, OK? It's been a while. Jan, why in Spanish?
Well, first of all, after we have a competition now in Spain, who will get Haaland? Or, now, I would say it another way. Who has spoken to someone who says they get Haaland? Because that in Spain, everybody knows now he goes to Spain. The last thing was that Erling Haaland spoke with a young boy at a beach, and he said he's going to go to Spain, and that was all over the world. So I thought it was time to do that, and then I got like 300 people, 300 journalists from Spain getting on Twitter. So I thought I would do this in Spanish. But if I may say, I think it's so entertaining to follow Spanish media, Spanish football, because it's a fight between Barcelona and Real Madrid to be most credibility to get Haaland. And we know it's not true. I mean, not even Erling Haaland knows where he plays next year. So how can the Spanish media know? And so this is just rubbish. And I don't know what else is in Spain. Sid can probably tell me, but this is not true. And just believe me, this is just a way to show that you have credibility, that you have the money if you had a chance. And you know what metaphor I can use that, Dan, but I won't do that tonight. But if you have all that money, you can do whatever you want. And that's what Laporta tries to tell the whole world. And all the best. And the Spanish media followed up, and I think that is cool.
Sid, it really is quite incredible, the front page that we saw there. Haaland, if there is money. All we've heard from Barcelona over the last year is that they don't have any money.
Yeah, if there is money, I'm going to buy a really, really big palace and I'm going to live in it. And I'm going to have a couple of Ferraris and all of these things. Yeah, I mean, I think what Jan is actually lying to us here. We all know it's absolutely true that he's going to Spain. He will sign for Real Oviedo in the summer. He will play for Real Oviedo next season. He is following in the footsteps of his idol Michu, and I think it's an entirely correct decision. And I don't see why we're messing around with second-tier clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona. I really don't see the point.
This is going to go on and on, isn't it, Jan?
It will go on and on, but maybe he ends up in Spain, maybe he ends up anyway, can go to Barcelona, can go to Real Madrid. The only thing I think is quite interesting now, you can have a look, if we analyze the situation now, they don't know where he's going. So, and there are two persons at the moment who is not saying anything, and that is the dad and his son, Erling Haaland, and everybody else is speaking, and of course it's entertaining. And you think that, Dan, you would ask me many questions about Sancho, just wondering how many questions and how often we're going to discuss Erling Haaland's future. And then Dortmund tries to say we have to give them a deadline. Tell us when, and that's going to be February. Oh no, it's going to be January. Well, Dortmund, the only ones who decide that is Erling Haaland and Team Haaland. Because, as people maybe know, that if you have a clause in your contract, there is a period of time where you can get some club in to take that clause, to buy for that clause. So this could drag on, I'm not saying forever, but if forever is summer, it can drag on to the summer.
Sid, this off the back, of course, of Haaland being linked to Real Madrid as well, as part of a deal that could see Haaland and Mbappe join Madrid in the summer. Is that feasible?
Well, it depends. Is it feasible from Real Madrid's point of view? Yes. And there's no doubt, of course, they would absolutely love Haaland to join them and be alongside Mbappe. I think they feel that would be, if you like, a statement as much as anything else. Even before we talk about whether it works in footballing terms, it would be an enormous statement. But, of course, as Jan is saying, it will depend on what Haaland himself thinks and what he ultimately decides. But both Real Madrid and Barcelona would absolutely love Haaland to go there. And just as importantly, and I think Jan makes this point, I think this really is significant, it's also about being seen to be in the game. Even if it eventually doesn't happen, about being seen to be a big player. And of course, this tallies really, really nicely with what Laporta was saying the other day, that idea of we're back, we're movers on the market now. We are the kind of club that, even if it doesn't happen, can be in for Haaland. But absolutely, right now, from a Spanish perspective, I don't think there's too much doubt that it feels like Real Madrid are in a stronger position to make the kind of bid that could eventually convince him. What I don't know, of course, and Jan probably has a much better view on this, is whether Haaland would want to play at Real Madrid alongside Mbappe.
Well, I've said that before, and I think that, and I'll say that Mbappe is the key here, because if he moves, I mean, that will kind of be a reaction of things. But I, to be honest, I don't think they know. I think they just see what's happening, and there's also a couple of clubs in England who will have the resources. There is also a club like Manchester City will probably need a number 9, and if you saw Harry Kane today, they won't go for him, would they? And there's a lot of clubs who will be in for him. But what we've learned from the family of Erling Haaland is that they've always been doing good analysis for where is the next move, and they will do the same this time. If he ends up in Spain, okay, but if he ends up in England, that can also happen. But the thing is, the 5th of January, nobody knows.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.